Virginia Tech has won 5 straight games overall, and Virginia Tech is the last team to beat NC State in this building. It happened just over 1 calendar year ago. Liz Kitley and Sanaya Rivers jumping up, and Rivers will have the ball in her hands first for NC State.
I think it's going to be important for NC State to establish an attack mode. Yes, guards off the bounce right away. Isaiah James for 2.
Isaiah James is on quite a tear in the last 5 games, averaging over 20 points per game. There's the Virginia Tech starting lineup. Amoore, one of the best point guards in the country. Matilda Ekh, one of their best 3-point shooters. The Michigan State transfer, Olivia Sumiel, has been in the starting lineup for the last half dozen games or so, and that is unstoppable for Kitley.
You know it's coming. River Baldwin did a good job of taking up the space of Liz Kitley, and she makes it anyway.
And there's the starting lineup for NC State. A lot of turnover from last year. River Baldwin did not, by the way, play in the first matchup. She was out with the hurt ankle. Another attack at the basket, this time by Madison Hayes, failed to go. There's Amoore to her buddy Kitley.
So efficient. Georgia Amoore and Liz Kitley know exactly where one another are going to be, putting each other in positions to be successful.
Rivers looking back at Coach Moore to get some instruction.
Georgia Amoore calling out the play, making sure her teammates know.
Isaiah James got off to a great start the other day against Louisville. She had 28 points in that and 5 quick ones here tonight.
She's been hot. If you're going to switch that on-ball screen, you've got to make sure you're switching up the line, not allowing space and time for that shot.
Kitley over the outstretched hand of River Baldwin, and she has all 6. Right now it's Elizabeth Kitley 6, Isaiah James 5.
Well, defensively, you're going to see a lot of different coverages from both teams. Virginia Tech going to switch their big guards, and Isaiah James continues to go to work.
He is not missing anything. Isaiah James and Sanaya Rivers, the 2 guards of major concern for Ketty Brooks. He said they're 2 of the most athletic guards in the country. Kayla King has not been shooting the ball well from distance. Amoore has. That one cups out, however. Rebound for Hayes. Also wanting to slow down NC State's transition. Mimi Collins having a really good year. That one is off the mark. Ekh quickly gets it over to Amoore, who already has 2 assists. Right back to Ekh. Back rim. Collins comes up with the board. NC State, a very good rebounding team, 9th in the nation in that category. Kayla King drawing the defensive assignment on James. Now the switch.
Yeah, you're going to see the switch in the guard-to-guard action. Really 2 through 4, you're going to see that switching. Good job, good hands by Georgia Amoore.
Amoore forcing the turnover.
You're going to see the steady dose of this 2-man all night long. Good hands. I love the length of Sanaya Rivers on Georgia Amoore and going coast to coast.
Sanaya Rivers did not hit a field goal against Louisville, 0 for 5, and Coach Moore would like to see her do more of that, attack the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think the Virginia Tech guards can contain Sanaya Rivers and Isaiah James off the bounce. They've got to continue to attack.
Matilda Ekh with a 3. She had 4 threes in their win on Sunday at North Carolina, a game that had to go into overtime. Amoore kind of took over in the 4th quarter and overtime to win in Chapel Hill. Baldwin working against Kitley, who fouled her.
This is what River Baldwin gives you, right? She gives you that post presence. You can play on the interior. She forces rotations, puts some pressure defensively on Liz Kitley.
Baldwin, an 88% free throw shooter. As we take a look at the ACC standings, a lot on the line. Right now, Virginia Tech is in first place by themselves. State a half game behind in second. So Tech trying to get some distance tonight, but a tough task indeed, taking on NC State in their home building. Amoore around the Kitley screen. Now, she's somehow slithered by everybody.
She's just so crafty. So crafty. She understands where she is. She has great body control. She's poised with the ball, doesn't get rushed.
She played all 45 minutes in that overtime win against Carolina, and that her second straight double-double. Foul now against NC State. It's on Baldwin, so she picks up her first. Baldwin has a tendency to get into foul trouble, particularly since coming back from the hurt ankle, in part because she just isn't moving as well.
Well, and in that situation, Wes Moore just hollering at her to get back in transition. No need to foul 94 feet away from the rim.
How about Kitley coming out for Strack? Clara Strack, number 13, is a true freshman from Buffalo who has given Tech some really good minutes. Amoore's runner won't go. Collins comes up with another board. But Kitley substituted quite quickly. She'll get some extra rest when we hit the 5-minute timeout. Thievery from Amoore. Samuel to Strack. Knocked out by Collins.
And both Samuel and Strack miss Kayla King for a wide open three, and that's what she's going to need. She's going to get some wide open looks early in the ball game. See one go through the net, but these are two guards we talked about. Georgia Amoore getting to the rim. Just a little pass fake allows her to maneuver around, and Isaiah James stays hot.
It's bow time.
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom. I land at 3.
Any ideas for your first meal home?
Bojangles?
Well, you don't want my cooking. Well, okay.
This holiday, order your family favorites in the Bojangles app.
Now that tastes like home.
It's bow time.
When you have a history of greatness, the real challenge starts after the finish line. When victory alone isn't enough, you raise your bar, keep dreaming, and go beyond the limits of what you ever thought possible. The new 2024 Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
Ally is invested in women's sports. Are you?
Heart of a lion, fire inside me blaze like a siren. Why would you try it? Wake up the beast, no, I can't keep silent. I put my time in, now it's my time, your time is expiring. Blood, sweat, and tears, I hug up my fears, I'm ready to fly now. We know they scared of us, no, they don't care for us.
The game has changed monumentally. Ally is invested in the financial future of women's sports.
Vaping is controlling everything you do because you can't do anything without it.
Just look for the promo code on the big day for a chance to win it all. DoorDashAllTheAds.com.
There's your biggie bag. All that food for $5, right. That's my go-to.
Ooh, that's my ride or die.
Just like you and me. Bag boys. Bag boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when we bring your food?
You can always bet on Biggie and now earn free food when ordering on the Wendy's app.
Fashion always came easy to me. But when the fashion critics told me to play it safe, I decided to call an audible. Does that make me a fashion icon? Sure, but inspiration is everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite your imagination. Audible.
ACC Women's Basketball is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. And what a night it was here on Monday. It was the annual Play for K night, a big win against Louisville. And look at that check, over $538,000 raised on Monday's Play for K game. That's over $500,000.
Absolutely.
That's a new record.
Incredible job. And certainly watching that game, you can just feel the emotion, feel the support. Certainly must have been incredible being here.
Yeah, it was great. Kay Yao was head coach here for 34 years and left quite a legacy as a human being and as a basketball coach. So now Kitley and Strack playing together for Kenny Brooks. It's something that Kenny Brooks told us earlier in the season. He wants to play them more together, thinks they can complement one another on the floor. Isaiah James, oh my.
That's just sick, Pam, just sick.
Long two, she already has 9 points.
And she sets you up because she goes to the rim early, right? She can get to the rim. She's still going to her left hand, stays on balance, gathers, and finishes.
Strack to Kitley. There's that combination that we just spoke about. Kitley trying to catch up now with James. She has 8 points. Working against River Baldwin on this end. James that time misfired. Here's Amoore out of the gate. Slashing in, nice little shovel pass to Strack. Had it knocked out of bounds, but boy, Amoore, what a great point guard. And she has now gone into the top 10 all-time in assists in the Atlantic Coast Conference, and she has passed our own, yes, she's in the building, Ivory Latta, you're now number 11.
Ivory must be hiding out right now because we can't find her, but pushed out of the top 10, Ivory.
Latta, such a great player for North Carolina, and it's so great as Strack goes to the line. We have the Nothing But Net crew here.
I know. How awesome is that? This environment, this game has been circled on a lot of our calendars for a long time, so what an opportunity to share this with them.
We were thrilled when we heard they were coming. They're on site. You will hear from them at halftime. Strack hit both free throws after being fouled by Rivers. Virginia Tech bounces on top. And now Zoe Brooks in the headband, not wearing goggles for the last couple of games because she's now wearing contact lenses, so the headband is back without the goggles. Collins spins out. Well, Brooks is a great freshman who is on a nice little roll herself in the last couple of games. Wenzel in, number 1 for Virginia Tech. Backup point to Amoore and playing with her now.
I like this, the two-man game. You're going to put River Baldwin in it, look to exploit. See the full rotation by Mimi Collins.
Cross court, back to King. She's so gun-shy with that three. That's got to be like a 400-pound weight off Kayla's shoulders.
Absolutely, but you're right. You can't be gun-shy in that situation. I mean, the ball touched every player's hands for the Hokies, and that extra pass, got to shoot it.
King, as James hits another one off the back rim. Coming into this game in her last 4, Kayla King was only 25% from 3, and that's her bread and butter. Kitley, great look over to Strack. This Kitley can pass, too. It's an 8-0 run.
This is a team that leads the league in assists. They always have a high assist-to-made field goal ratio.
They lead the league both in assists and assist-to-turnover ratio as Hayes is fouled on her way to the rim.
When it starts in the two-man game, you're going to see this all night long. And Georgia Amoore able to get it across. Kitley, great skip pass, extra pass. That has to be automatic. That is an automatic shot. That's a no passing zone.
Hayes' first point. She's coming off a 12-point game against Louisville in which she hit 4 threes.
She had a great game the last time these two teams met. Had 21, was 4 or 5 from the three-point line, 9 rebounds.
That was a game that NC State led for all but a minute and a half. And it was that crucial minute.
Yes, it was a crucial minute and a half.
Kitley hitting the game-winning shot. Off an inbounds. Liz working on Baldwin. Off glass.
I'm not sure I've seen Liz Kitley go over the left shoulder. That's a tough move. She knows that the double team, or at least a stunt, is going to come.
Kitley electing to come back and use her final year of eligibility, the COVID year, if you will. Zoe Brooks got a block by Strack from behind. Strack averaging a block a game.
Well, typically you play the scouting report, right? You know, Liz Kitley wants to come back over the right shoulder. This time she goes over the left and uses the glass.
Amoore found a little bit of daylight. Here's Brooks now. Bothered a little bit by Amoore.
And if you're NC State, you can't be happy with just taking contested jump shots on the perimeter. I don't think the Hokies can contain them off the bounce. That's a really good take. You get a rotation, an opportunity for a rebound.
Officials point Virginia Tech's way. Westmore looks on. He has been haunted by that inbounds play since it happened back in January. Coaches can lose sleep over things like that.
Yeah, they absolutely can. What could we have done differently? What would I change? Why didn't I do this?
Kitley, fade away. Tips off the rim. Hayes quickly gets it over to Brooks. Now running the point with Rivers on the bench. Hayes driving on Ekh. More contact, another foul.
It's a great take by Madison Hayes. Right away, you get the rip and go from the top of the key.
Ekh called for the personal foul. That is her first. Now, Madison Hayes, who is in her third year at NC State. She was all freshman in her one and only year at Mississippi State, all freshman SEC. Every Thursday, a women's basketball doubleheader comes your way on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Next week, this NC State team takes on Notre Dame at 6 Eastern, and then Liz Kitley, Georgia Amoore, and Virginia Tech will be hosting Duke. And Notre Dame had a tough one tonight as they lost on the road to Louisville, and Hannah Hidalgo had 30 points, but only 1 assist. Her teammates weren't making a lot of shots.
11% from the three-point line for the Irish. 2 of 18, Louisville 7 of 18. It's hard when you're trying to trade 2s and 3s.
And Hidalgo has set a new ACC record for most Freshman of the Week awards, beating Tanaya Latson just from last year. So Hidalgo is special, but it's a good bounce-back win for Louisville, who had a tough night here on Monday.
Had a tough first half. The second half really battled, and it's the first half playing NC State at home. NC State in that second quarter got going from the three-point line.
Now we'll see Rivers hold it as long as she can in the waning seconds of the quarter.
And I like this, going zone. So you recognize right away the ISO. Sanaya Rivers said, it doesn't matter. I can still elevate.
Rivers with her second bucket of the half. We have a 2-point ball game after the first.
I think Sanaya Rivers has to continue to be aggressive offensively. She elevates over defenders. She makes a terrific finish.
Fourth quarter, NC State led by 11. Tech went on a 12-0 run, during which time NC State missed 11 straight shots, and it set up that miracle and a beautifully executed play to win it. Tech has won 3 straight in this series. Ekh gets her own miss and comes out of the pack. Baker wide left, and here comes Sanaya Rivers. This must be terrifying for an opponent.
Getting her downhill, yes.
Oh.
Pam, Sanaya Rivers that can get to the rim and that can pull up on a dime just like that. She needs to show up every day for this team. Consistency. Hunt shots. I know she's an unselfish player. I know she wants to get everybody else involved, but for this team to make a deep run, she's got to do that more often.
Did not score a single field goal in that win against Louisville. 0 for 5 from the floor. Did hit 7 free throws, but has come out aggressive tonight.
And you've seen Virginia Tech changing up their defense, going to the zone, trying to contain the drive a little bit more.
Collins cupped out. Good box out by Samuel. Allowed Ekh to get the rebound. Amoore dribbles through. Kitley able to get the rebound, and then once, twice, blocked the second time. And Samuel grabs it. Possession arrow points NC State's way.
Sanaya Rivers is so dangerous when she's attacking in the open floor because she can get by you, but she can also do this. Stop on a dime, elevate, find the bottom of the net.
Off to a terrific start. Was 3 games in December with a bad back. Was the player of the year, the 6th player of the year, I should say, in the ACC last year, now a starter. Rivers, boy, that's way too tall. Chancey pass. 3rd turnover for State. Virginia Tech had no turnovers in the first quarter, but a couple here. Correct that, just 2 turnovers in the first quarter. So both teams playing very cleanly so far. Kayla King coming back in for Karis Baker, one of 5 true freshmen on this Virginia Tech team. NC State also has 5. That's a lot, especially for this day and age of transfer portal.
It really is. And both of these programs have a lot of young players who contribute for them, but veteran players who carry the load.
And that's really the balance, right? You've coached both in the collegiate and WNBA Coach of the Year right here, but balancing the youth with the experience.
It is, and having... Wes Moore talked to us last game about the fact that he likes going with his veterans, right? He likes going with his veterans, but you have to be able to develop the young talent. These veterans were once that young talent, and now they've come together. This has been a surprise team in the country to me, but one of those young players who's continuing to learn how to be consistent is Zoe Brooks, and she is instant offense off the bench.
We have already had 5 ties and 6 lead changes. Woo! Here's Sanaya Rivers. Amoore contests, but it's not in time.
That's that length, and that's those quick hands, putting length and size on Georgia Amoore, getting a hand on it.
And the crowd at Reynolds enjoying themselves. Kitley gets it into Samuel. King, her 2nd 3 of the night.
She can't hesitate. That was no hesitation, perfect execution. Great kick out. Can you imagine if you're the Virginia Tech Hokies and Kayla King starts to find it from the 3-point line? Watch out.
Yeah, that would really be a difference maker. Kitley with the block. She's very good at blocking. Averaging over 2 per game. 2nd best in the league.
I mean, this is just textbook right here. And Kayla King, no hesitation, lets it fly. And it's easy for us, Pam, to look at Kayla King's numbers and be like, what's wrong? Like, why are they down? Well, you think about what this team lost. And Taylor Soule and Kayana Traylor, 2 players who can get downhill, who can create off the bounce, who can then spray to open threes, who can also defend the best perimeter players. And now Kayla King has to do that on the defensive end. Isn't getting a lot of touches in rhythm offensively.
That one was off the mark. Brooks, aggressive. Amoore looked like she got a hand on it. Ball stays with NC State. Maddie Cox, a true freshman from Flower Mound, Texas, coming into the game for Madison Hayes, Lauren Cox's little sister. So terrific at Baylor, now playing overseas. James working on Samuel. Got her off balance.
I know you got to pick your poison, and if you're picking your poison, you want Isaiah James shooting step-back threes, but when she's hot, you got to find different ways to be disruptive in the 2-man.
Amoore, long 3, and the pose. Amoore is one of those players that always seems like when it's going against the grain, when things are going against Virginia Tech, she always seems to do things like that.
She's a run stopper. She's not afraid of the moment. You'll see some of her biggest impacts in the 4th quarter and in overtimes. But here, this is a switch, and it's just tough, right? Like, you got to play her for off the bounce, and terrific space. And then Amoore, the screen, and a little pop back. Has the time, has the space. And the Hokies coming back in this zone. You cannot go under. Cannot go under Isaiah James.
She is not missing. She's already got 15. That's a heads-up play by Wes Moore to continue to utilize the on-ball screen even against the zone. Kitley's been quiet for a while. Brooks forcing the action. James this time with the look away. Kitley gets the rare James miss. Kitley has not scored in the second quarter after getting 10 in the first. Ekh hits the three. That's her second three. And such good execution. You know, their spacing is nearly perfect. The timing of the cuts to draw secondary and third defenders and then finding the open player. They rely on the three a lot. But Collins, that was a tough shot that was left short. So NC State up 31-30.
Isaiah James has been electric. He can't go under. She's hot from the three-point line, and the Matilda Ekh answers on the other end. Wolfpack by 1.
When you have a history of greatness, you keep dreaming and go beyond what's possible. The new 2024 Ridgeline Passport and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
I bought 3 of the same jacket to get the 4th free.
I subscribed to get a deal on these memory supplements, then forgot to cancel.
Yeah, well, you know, recognizing a bad deal is a part of the journey. Yes, Eva, would you like to share your breakthrough?
I got AT&T's best deal on the new Samsung Galaxy S24 Plus and got to choose my plan.
Yes, we don't make you sign up for the top tier plan to get our best deal.
I still haven't gone. I subscribed to get
Yeah,
a
we know.
Get the newest Galaxy on us with any of our best plans, guaranteed.
They said it couldn't be done. They said the world would never accept a cookie this long, or pretzel, and probably not a churro. They also said, under no circumstances should those really long and delicious treats be wildly affordable. Then we said, but we already made them, and they are. Introducing the incredible new foot-long sidekicks. Get one at Subway today.
Say hello to future you. You made some bad money moves.
So no vacations for you.
Never got a credit card with rewards.
Norway will never see your fjords.
All these places will never go.
Here isn't us in Mexico.
Don't make your future you hate you.
Start making smarter financial decisions today. NerdWallet. Finance smarter.
The power of your mind has infinite potential. Seeing into the future is just the beginning.
It's gonna get a little crazy.
Infinite potential. Infinite potential. Infinite potential. Potential. Potential.
Let's try that again. Get down!
Madam Web.
Infinite potential.
Rated PG-13 in theaters February 14th.
Isaiah James continues her torrid pace. She already has 15 points, and it's just a progression. Now a junior, she's really improved since her freshman year.
She certainly has, and it's been more opportunity. You see the freshman numbers, sophomore numbers, just under 7 points per game, and has had a breakout year. She gets an opportunity. She's in the starting lineup. She came into the starting lineup after Virginia Tech last year on the road, but averaging over 15 points a ball game. It's a tribute to her putting in the work, continuing to trust in the process and trust in this system and be ready when her number is called.
Averaging over 20 points a game in her last 5 and is well on her way to busting that tonight. Kitley is 0 for 3 from the floor in this quarter. Amoore Well, that was through a lot of traffic and didn't get in.
I thought she missed an opportunity to shoot a pull-up or a runner right there.
Terry Brooks over in the other corner. Baldwin not even looking to score. Here's James. A little bit of room with the miss. The screen from Kitley gets it right back to Liz, wide open, and she usually hits those in her sleep. Kitley 53% from the floor for the season. Collins.
I'm not sure that's the shot that Westmore wants. You get an opportunity to extend the lead, make them work a little bit on the defensive end.
You see Strack, not a threat to score from out there. Ekh. Baldwin doing a good job being physical with Kitley. Strack fumbles it a bit. King for three. In and out. Kitley and Collins. Strack. Everybody going for the ball. Amoore left open for a three. Strack got another offensive board.
Continuing to earn more time and earn trust, and they're going to make one of them. Cannot give the Hokies that many opportunities.
They had 4 shots on that trip. They averaged 9.5 made threes per game. That is best in the conference. Michaela King now with 3 threes on the night. Collins, nope. Kitley with another rebound.
That was a good look. Playing in the short corner against the zone. It's a good look for Mimi Collins.
Amoore gets it over to Strack, who nails the baseline jumper.
It's really just a clinic offensively sometimes when you're watching Virginia Tech.
Pretty to watch when they're rolling.
It really is. The way they move the ball, the timing of their passes, they're not holding on to it for too long. They know what the next action is.
Rivers with a good look at a three. Amoore able to sneak in and get the rebound with Baldwin and Kitley tying each other up. Rivers sticking with Amoore. Kitley, that's about the extent of her range. She was 2 of 5 from 3 on this season. That one was a long 2 attempt. As we go inside a minute, Virginia Tech on an 8-0 run. State has missed its last 6 shots. King being too physical on James.
But I like the idea right there, Michaela King, to get on the left hand, force her to come back to the right, but a good job of staying persistence by Isaiah James.
James is a lefty. What a game so far for her. 15 points, including 3 threes. So Baldwin goes out. Lacey Steele, another true freshman, coming in for State. King drawing that assignment. There's another whistle and another foul on Virginia Tech. Kenny Brooks wanted a tie-up, but instead it's the second foul in the last few seconds against King. She comes out. Carly Wenzel comes in. We'll get King out so she does not pick up her third before the break. James up and under. How many different ways can you score?
Come on, Pam. Come on. That looked like the Hail Mary at the end of the play. Didn't know what to do, and she made it work.
What an amazing athlete. Kitley now being guarded by Collins with Baldwin out of the game. Then the double comes. Kitley able to somehow get around it and score. She has really good footwork.
She does, and I think that's good D by Mimi Collins. Again, scouting report defense. You want to take away the right shoulder, make her do something that she's not comfortable with. And Liz Kitley just shows that she does have more in the arsenal.
That was Kitley's first made field goal of the quarter.
And sometimes that's frustrating as players when that happens. But as coaches, those are the ones that you'll live with, right? Those are the ones that they're not used to shooting.
It was a brief delay. It was a delay of game warning on Kitley. Tech has 2 fouls to give. Hayes step back over Amoore. Long rebound to Georgia. As time expires, Virginia Tech takes a 37-33 lead into the locker room. NC State missed 6 of its last 7 shots as the Hokies now lead it. And we have in the house,
yes,
Kelsey Riggs, Kelly Gramlett, Muffet McGraw, and Ivory Latta right here. And they will be commandeering our halftime as Virginia Tech behind Georgia Amoore lead by 4 at the break. St. James having a good half.
Yes.
Looks like we're going to have some tiebreakers.
It absolutely is. And outside of this, and ACC play really playing to stay in that top 16 seed in the NCAA tournament, according to Charlie Cream, hang on to a 4 seed.
That's what Charlie says. If they lose this game, if Tech loses, they will fall out of the top 16. All important because you get to host. There's still a lot of basketball yet left to go. Kayla King, 3 threes in the first half. Ekh hunted the rebound. Baldwin got in front of Kitley to take the ball away, and then Hayes knew it. She had nowhere to go and picked up her foot. Only the 4th turnover at NC State. Louisville, a big win earlier tonight over Notre Dame. To stay at 2 losses after they lost here on Monday night to the Wolfpack.
NC State coming out. Looks like they're in a box and 1, trying to keep Georgia Amoore from getting the ball, and Isaiah James takes the charge. There was some contact. She wasn't going to let her come off of the screen. Well, you can see how important Georgia Amoore is by the attention that she's getting, okay? But it looks like a little bit like a box and 1. Could have been a triangle and 2. But taking the contact.
In addition to her scoring prowess, Isaiah James also terrific at drawing charges, more than any other Wolfpack player. They chart them. Hayes driving the baseline, challenging Kitley. Samuel rebounds. James guarding Amoore.
Yep, she's going to face guard her, try to not let her get the ball back. Look, they know the second half is Georgia Amoore time. She likes to go to work.
Ekh with another 3. She had 2 of them in the first half. And the 7-point advantage is the largest of the night for the Hokies.
When we saw Kenny Brooks in our game, we had them in Florida State. He told us, I think she's going to make it every time she shoots the basketball.
The shooter's mentality. King, yes, the fans here wanted a turnover on the high dribble by Amoore, but instead Amoore gets another assist, and it's a 10-point advantage.
You cannot let them find wide open looks in transition. There's got to be more of a sense of urgency.
Kayla King with the 3. Amoore with the assist. Hayes misses. A lot of one-and-dones now as they've started to miss.
And this could be a danger zone right here for the Wolfpack.
Ekh. Nope. River Baldwin picked it up momentarily, but then Kayla King came away with it even though she was sitting on the floor. Samuel in and out. King with another rebound. Very active on the glass, the Hokies.
Yeah, Westmore is going to want a timeout right now. The energy from his squad coming out of the halftime has not been good. Virginia Tech against the box and 1. Little misdirection, finds the open 3, and in transition, no sense of urgency in transition defense for the Wolfpack, and the Hokies making them pay.
Virginia Tech has twice as many rebounds as NC State. Westmore has indeed taken a timeout.
With features you won't find on Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Subaru Forester, the Hyundai Tucson puts the other guys in their place. namely the rearview mirror. Only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Now get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. Hurry in.
It's bow time. Get fired up tonight because Bojangles has your dinner covered. Southbound, scratch made. Not one of these, but one of these. That's more home cooking for your money. Or as we like to say, cha-ching. It's bow time.
You got a drink that's your favorite?
Of course. Called the Charlie, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a coincidence.
Just look for the promo code on the big day for a chance to win it all. DoorDashAllTheAds.com.
Fashion always came easy to me. But when the fashion critics told me to play it safe, I decided to call an audible. Does that make me a fashion icon? Sure, but inspiration is everywhere if you're listening.
Ignite your imagination. Audible.
You want to hold it a little longer and then pull and you
They're great!
Cheez-It snapped. How's it taste? It's so thin, crispy, and cheesy. And I just want to keep eating it. And eating it. They love them.
Snapped. So good we may run out of cheese.
Welcome back. Virginia Tech with a couple of threes to start off this half, now up by 10. And look at the discrepancy in the assists. 12 assists to 17 made field goals. That is tough to defend. You never know where it's going to come from. Sharing the ball, moving the defense, as opposed to 1 assist on 12 made field goals for the Wolfpack. A lot of ISO ball, a lot of one-on-one, a lot of quick shots. Amoore with the basketball. She's got 6 assists on her own. Virginia Tech 5 rebounds in this third quarter. State none. Amoore. Short. Brooks is coming to the game to give him a little shot in the arm, the talented freshman. I feel like sometimes even when NC State has an advantage, they have the defense under duress. They stop and they hold it and they set it up and they allow the defense to set itself again. Amoore almost forced another turnover. Shot clock winding down for Rivers. They need a shot. Hayes with the drive. Ekh with the rebound. Amoore settles as she looks over towards the Virginia Tech bench. Samuel comes out to give King a little.
Got to switch. You got a mismatch right here.
They do, right? Samuel being guarded by Brooks. Amoore zips it to King. Shot clock at 4. Kitley needs to shoot. An extra dribble. They're not going to get one off. Good defense by Collins. That was great individual defense by Mimi Collins. Getting into space, staying active. The 9th turnover for the Hokies. And River Baldwin on the bench. Collins getting the defensive assignment on Kitley. And vice versa, Collins with that unorthodox delivery, and State is still getting shut out in this quarter. King. Now Rivers, that's the first rebound for NC State in this quarter. Hayes left open, got it. Much, much needed basket for the Pack. Well, this is an NC State team that is at their best when they've got multiple players scoring the basketball, getting Maddie Hayes, Mimi Collins, River Baldwin, Zoe Brooks. They've got to get going here in the second half. That gets the crowd involved. Amoore. Nope, Kitley took her time and got fouled.
Georgia Amoore's been short on a lot of her shots, and Liz Kitley right there for the rebound. That's the trouble when you're playing undersized. You got a body up, down low, and the arm just comes down over the top.
Second one on Collins. Saturday on the ACC Network and the ESPN app, it's lacrosse time. Openers for the number 3 Virginia men and the number 23 Clemson women. Coverage begins at noon Eastern on Saturday. Softball started today.
How about that? Opening day?
That's right. Oklahoma, the defending champs several times over. Among those teams in action today. Baldwin, 2 strong off glass that time. Amoore going to her left, beautiful.
And you know what else was beautiful? Just the way she set it up. So they got everybody loaded up on one side of the floor. She rejects the screen. She knows the rotation is coming, and it's perfect delivery.
James, who was so hot to start the game with the miss. And they work so well together. Amoore and Kitley, it's a 12-point advantage for the Hokies, trying to sweep NC State for the 2nd straight season.
This is one of the millions of new and used cars you can find on AutoTrader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh no, I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can.
Okay, so Domino's Perfect Combo includes 2 medium one-topping pizzas, 16 Parmesan bread bites, 8 cinnamon twists, and a 2-liter of Coke. Today we're on the street asking real people how much they think it all costs.
All of it? All of it. $44, $45? $34.99. The 2 pizzas are probably 10 each.
75. What if I told you that this Domino's Perfect Combo is only $19.99?
Shut the front door.
No way.
No. This will feed a family.
It's Domino's Perfect Combo, and it's all just $19.99.
Ooh, number 7 Future Renew Day Cream. Reverses damage. What, like from sleeping in my makeup?
Reverse visible skin damage with a world-first peptide technology.
Who's got damage? Besides all of us.
Don't regret, just reverse.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes!
Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
At Olive Garden, sauce is the soul. Made from scratch every day.
So tell me, what does open kitchen mean to you?
Absolutely. When it's delicious food and they come in, they see our food steaming on the lines. They see our chicken glistening, our fajitas sizzling. It's magic happening every time they come into our kitchen.
This is real.
Quarterback gets ready, steps up, hands off the wrist to the running back, stretches, and brings it home.
Add NBA League Pass, now for the midseason price of $49.99, and watch live out-of-market games with replays, highlights, and more with YouTube TV. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
It is February, Black History Month, and we honor Kenny Brooks, the first black head coach to win the ACC Women's Basketball Tournament. That was last season. He and Liz Kitley and company combined to beat Louisville, and this came shortly after Niele Ivey won the regular season championship, first black coach to do that. And Trudy Lacey, who played right here at NC State, played for K-Yow, first African-American woman to have a full 4-year basketball scholarship. She was terrific, All-American, and a legend So Kenny Brooks and Trudy Lacey among the great African Americans who have contributed so much, not just to this game, but to society. Matilda Ekh just picked up her third personal foul. I love when Georgia Amoore does this. Goes over and talks to Kenny Brooks while the opposing team is hitting a free throw. They communicate the entire game.
Yeah, they really do. And she is such an extension of him off the floor. And they watch film together quite frequently, almost after every game. And just there's such great synergy between the two.
And that's so important, as you know, for a point guard and head coach to be on the same page. Maddie Hayes coming off a double-double against Louisville on Monday night. Delivered at the free throw line after Ekh's foul. Here's Brooks. Driving on Amoore. Maybe that'll get him going.
Well, Zoe Brooks has the ability to change the game with her energy. She can score, does a great job defensively. That's the 10th turnover for the Hokies.
Tech is led by as many as 12. It's now down to 8. James tried to draw another charge. Ekh, very short. Kept alive by Hayes and picked up by James. James has not scored in this quarter after having 17 in the first half.
And they've changed the matchup, so Isaiah James is guarding Georgia Amoore in the second half. It's consuming a lot of her energy.
That was really a low percentage pass picked off by Kitley. Amoore tells King to get to the other side of the floor. Goes up in the air for Kitley. Clear out against Baldwin. West goes off the rim. And then Rivers. So effective.
No one can stop her in transition. Got to stop the ball, pick up the ball. She has to stay aggressive.
And a foul called away from the ball. It's so loud in here. We didn't hear the whistle. It's a 6-0 NC State run to cut the 12-point lead in half. Baldwin has just picked up her second for State. Kitley, baseline, short again. Kept alive by King.
Kayla King has been all over the offensive glass.
Amoore with another miss. Tech has missed 9 of its last 11 shots. Rivers. Kitley with her 10th rebound. Another double-double, and she's just made ACC history. Passing Chris Moreland, the former Duke superstar, for most double-doubles in the history of this conference. King. After a hot start, is cooled off from 3. Strack gives him an extra possession. Ekh, huge. Stop the run.
The offensive rebounds, the extra possessions. This is a Virginia Tech team that is so dangerous offensively. And each time you give them an extra possession, they make you pay.
They have 13 offensive rebounds. NC State just 3. James. Back rims it. Amoore has 8 assists and 5 points. Ekh again. Rattled out. Hustle, and that's a foul on King. That will be her third.
Offensive rebounds lead to open threes, and that's just a terrific find by Georgia Amoore. Matilda Ekh knocking it down. There has to be a commitment by NC State to put a body on someone, to box out, to keep him off of the offensive glass.
Ekh, Amoore, and King all have over 53s on the season. That's exceptional. Zoe Brooks exceptional as well.
Splitting the defense. That was a tight squeeze. She got in there and knocked it down.
Amoore. Struggling from the field in this game. And just swatted away by Strack. Ekh, Wetzel, who's in for King, and Wenzel, her turn to join the three party.
No, not a lot of sense of urgency in transition defense. You got to get to the three-point shooters. This is what Virginia Tech does. They spread you out. They make over 9 a ball game.
What a weapon to get it back up to 10. Collins turned, had space, and left it short, and now Virginia Tech can take the final shot of the quarter. Wenzel with the ball in her hands. Amoore is all the way on the other side of the floor trying to get through traffic. Kitley doubled. Fans here thought Kitley walked. Amoore hanging out, hits a three. Georgia Amoore with a shot that just beats the buzzer.
Shot the ball particularly well tonight, but she's had a really good handle on offense and who to get the ball to. And oftentimes, fourth quarter is Georgia Amoore time.
She's only 3 of 11 from the floor, also has 8 assists and 6 rebounds. Virginia Tech trying to beat State for the second time this season. Baldwin buries it, her first field goal of the night. Virginia Tech, the last team to win in this building. 367 days ago. Kitley going to work on Baldwin.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming. She set you up because she's gone a couple of times over the left shoulder.
Yep, and that's the Kitley family, as always, in attendance. Rivers, with a big elevation.
She makes it look so easy.
About a dozen. James trailing the play as she hit the deck. Strack. She hustles.
Yes.
Freshman. Doesn't score a lot. Wenzel? Nope. Strack couldn't get it this time. Good box out by Hayes. James blew by the defenders, but couldn't get it in off glass. Still looking for her first points since the second quarter. There's a crash as Baldwin ran into Kitley. That is the third on River Baldwin. She will stay on the floor for now. Kayla King coming back in for Ekh for Virginia Tech. Amoore, a little bit of room thanks to the Kitley screen.
And better balance on that shot. Wasn't falling backwards. I love how at the end of possessions, if the Hokies don't get what they want, they go into that step up on the backside of action. It's tough to defend. Amoore and Kitley are so good in it.
Hayes, big three.
Huge three, Madison Hayes. Boy, the Wolfpack have to find consistent second and third scorers. Maddie Hayes can be that.
They're actually shooting better from 3 percentage-wise than they are from 2 tonight. Kayla King, nope. James on the move. And then Georgia Amoore just stuck her hands in there and messed the whole fast break up. King, too far under the basket. 10-point lead. Baldwin calling for it. Picks it up. Rivers couldn't handle it. Another turnover. Wenzel's going to wait for help. Always a good option to give it to number 5.
And good pace right here. So we've had 3 turnovers in a row with both teams combined. Georgia Amoore has a sense of we need to slow it down and run some offense.
Kitley left open.
It's too easy. At some point, you have to make an adjustment. Georgia Amoore is so good at that pocket pass. You know Kitley can knock it down. Either you're going to challenge her to make them, or you've got to rotate, stunt, make her think about it.
steal. Hayes follows and was fouled. And Hayes is fired up, hoping this can kickstart him.
It's a big offensive rebound right here for Madison Hayes, and does a great job of gathering, getting into the defender. I love the emotion, pleading with her team right now. Let's go, step it up.
Hayes having her 5th straight game in which she has scored in double figures, well over her season average. She's got 15 now. Now the pressure after the made free throw.
I like the pressure. The Hokies have had a tendency to turn it over here tonight. Maybe you can get a couple of quick scores.
Virginia Tech shooting into the student section and the band here, the loud part of the arena. King. And Kitley fouled. James looking for an explanation from Mishawaka, Indiana's own Rod Creech.
Try to give those Hoosiers some shout-outs.
So Kitley goes to the line. Collins just picked up her 3rd. ACC Network has gymnastics coming your way, as well as the ESPN app. Sunday afternoon, North Carolina will be in this building to take on NC State, starting at 4 Eastern time, and Kitley missed them both. A rarity. An opportunity to get it back into double digits. Collins back in the game. She has not hit a field goal tonight. Steele steps back, in and out.
That's a good look for Lacey Steele. She can knock that down.
Amoore and Kitley have scored all 6 points for Virginia Tech in this quarter.
You know you're going to get a steady dose. Good defense by Mimi Collins inside.
She's got the Kitley assignment with Baldwin out on the bench. Shot clock winding down for Amoore. They need a shot. Kitley, nope. Turnover number 12. Collins lost it. Just under 5 minutes to go. This is 5-on-4 basketball. James is just now getting over midcourt. Ekh pounded by Steele. Yeah, that's a push. Virginia Tech up by 9 as we take a timeout in Raleigh.
At Boar's Head, we live for delicious, for excellence that stands apart in every bite. We live for that perfect sizzle, and for perfectly melted cheese that awakens your taste buds and takes you to new heights. For experiences worth sharing and moments worth savoring. Welcome to the gateway to delicious. Welcome to the counterculture. Boar's Head. Compromise elsewhere.
When you have a history of greatness, you keep dreaming and go beyond what's possible. The new 2024 Ridgeline Passport and Pilot, part of our most rugged trail sport lineup yet. From Honda.
It was the one restaurant that we could afford on like our $3 per diem.
Ooh, number 7 Future Renew Day Cream. Reverses damage. What, like from sleeping in my makeup? Flawless. Emotional damage? No. Skin only.
Reverse visible skin damage with new Future Renew Day Cream. With a world-first peptide technology no other skincare product has.
Who's got damage besides all of us?
Don't regret, just reverse.
Are we a reflection of our places in life, or are they reflections of us? Could we have been somebody else if we'd taken a right turn instead of a left? Or if we'd taken the place with a hot tub, or the one uptown. We went downtown. Could we be fabulous or fantabulous? Yes, we sure could. With Apartments.com's multitudes of listings, our possibilities and yours are truly multitudinous. Apartments.com, the place to find a place.
No fees or minimums and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
I'll take Barkley.
Yes! Yep, even.
ACC Women's Basketball is presented by Ally. Whatever you're saving for, we're all better off with an Ally. Some of the sites around Reynolds Coliseum sold out the rest of the season. Very difficult ticket to get. Coach Westmore says people hit him up for tickets all the time, and he says, I'm empty. And look at this. Virginia Tech in 42 games has only beaten a top 3 opponent twice, and both times it was NC State. They're trying for the trifecta tonight.
This is a storied matchup. I think these are two teams who they match up evenly. Both outstanding on both ends of the floor.
King with the miss. Oh, the timeout.
And for the Wolfpack, you got to get back to putting pressure on this defense. You got to get into attack mode.
James, after a terrific first half, is being shut out here in the second. 0 for 3 from the floor. That's 17 points in the first. Kitley turnaround, and Sumiel and Hayes locked up trying for the rebound, and they'll get Sumiel for the foul. Her first. Sumiel, a grad transfer from Wake Forest.
The Horns action coming. Hokies worked on this today in shoot-around. Got to get through that screen, though. You cannot allow that mid-range pull-up.
Collins in position for the rebound, but Georgia Amoore, the smallest player on the floor, went in there and grabbed it, and the possession arrow points in favor of the Hokies. Amoore listed at 5'6". She does have one more year of eligibility remaining, and she's on the triple-double watch list right now. In this game, with 10 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists, had a triple-double last season.
Oh, that was a tough shot. Got to get something right here if you're the Wolfpack. Get to the rim, put some pressure on the defense, attack. Let's see how each person just sticks.
James getting it out to Rivers. Collins with the rare offensive rebound for State tonight. They're getting badly beaten on the boards. Rivers and King get tied up around the Collins screen. A lot of time off the clock. Brooks tried to get into Collins. Shot was rolled off the rim.
Especially off of an offensive rebound. You get a reset on the clock. It's a short clock. You got to get the ball to the backside. Defense is in scramble mode.
Kitley really having her hands full with Collins. Steps inside.
Not a lot you can do if you're Mimi Collins. You try to work and do your work early, and level of physicality was really good, but Kitley continues to work to get good position.
NC State has gone 4 minutes without scoring a point.
It's just too slow. Everybody is holding on to the ball too long. Got to get it moving. You got to force the defense to rotate, to shift. Break them down. Find the next pass.
Second foul on Kitley. A whistle that came a little late. Liz is upset about it. And it sends Mimi Collins to the line where she is trying to score for the first time tonight. 0 for 9 from the floor and her first trip to the free throw line. Every Thursday, women's basketball doubleheader right here on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. Next week, how about NC State at Notre Dame? That should be fun. And then Duke at Virginia Tech, all next Thursday. Duke had to come from behind to beat Wake Forest tonight.
And did it soundly?
Approaching 2 minutes to go. Kitley bounces out. Ekh is all alone momentarily. Now Amoore steps back. Kitley, another rebound in the putback. Elizabeth Kitley doing her work, getting it up to an 11-point lead. 25 for Liz.
You can't relax. She just keeps coming at you. She works offensively to get position. She doesn't get it. She works to get the offensive rebound. As soon as you relax, she takes advantage.
This is one of the millions of new and used cars you can find on AutoTrader. You can find cars like the ones on your favorite show. Oh no, I bet I can even find the cars in my feed. Sure can.
Welcome back. Virginia Tech after another Kitley rebound and put back with an 11-point lead. And just like last year's game, the fourth quarter, last year's game against NC State, the fourth quarter has belonged to Kitley and Amoore.
Those are the two. When the moment calls for it, they step up, they put the team on their back, and they go to work.
Well, NC State has gone into a drought at the worst possible time, missing 6 straight shots.
And this is, again, what happened in the last matchup.
Yeah, they missed, 11 straight in that one?
Yes, missed 11 straight, went cold in the fourth quarter. Kitley and Amoore take over offensively.
Back rim, they don't contest the rebound as we hit a minute to go. Big time collision, and the verdict is a charge on Brooks.
You know, this is not a team in Virginia Tech that turns their opponents over a lot, but they play great position defense. This is one of those situations. You know that Zoe Brooks is coming hard to the right hand. Kayla King tries to get herself in position, establish. Looks like she might have still been sliding a little bit. That could have been a blocking call. But what they've done in the fourth quarter, strong, solid position defense, finishing plays with the defensive rebound.
That's a foul. James frustrated. Zaya had such a terrific start to this game, but it's been shut out in the second half. NC State, no field goals now for 5.5 minutes. This is one of the King coming alive tonight from the three-point line. We remind you to hang around because at the top of the hour, nothing but net crew. They're here.
They're here.
They're here. They're going to break down the night in the ACC. Kelsey, Kelly, Muffet, and Ivory. So check it out on the ACC Network and the ESPN app. They're tucked in a little corner here. It's just such a nice, as Courtney Banghart would say, small gym. And they'll be here to break down what has been a really interesting night. We've had an overtime game. Syracuse had a tough game tonight against Georgia Tech. And this game, the much anticipated rematch. We're not going to have a buzzer beater to win this one. Another impressive fourth quarter for Virginia Tech.
It really is. You know, they just put so much pressure on you to defend perfectly because they make the right play, they share the basketball, unselfish, and they continue to progress in their offense with such great pace.
Now, if you're NC State, are you concerned about these offensive droughts that they have?
I think you're concerned about it, and you go back to the film. The film doesn't lie. The ball's not moving. Players aren't moving. It's stagnant. It's iso ball. Everybody trying to do it on their own. And what has made them so tough this year is the balance. is sharing the basketball, is having 5 players on the floor at all times who can be a threat.
This is a Virginia Tech team that was picked to win the ACC for the first time in the history of their program. NC State picked 8th because of the large turnover. They got out of the gate 14-0, the first team to beat them, Virginia Tech. And Amoore is 2 rebounds away from a triple-double. This is her 3rd straight double-double. And Virginia Tech will move to 19-4 on the season. The Wolfpack's 5-game winning streak comes to a halt. Hayes with the 3. She has a 20-point game. Madison Hayes has been a bright spot in the last 5 games offensively for this club, but they're still down by 9.
And it's really about them all putting it together at the same time again. You know, if you're NC State, it's not time to panic, but it's time to go back and reassess, hey, where we are, what got us to this point, right? Because NC State, to me, is a surprise team in the country. Nobody expected them to shoot to the top 5 immediately. Nobody expected them to come in and do what they've done this season. Now let's get back to doing what we did best to put ourselves in this position. But Kenny Brooks has to feel terrific about coming into this environment and coming out with this win.
Virginia Tech will go home to play Boston College and Duke in their next couple of games. The BC game already close to a sellout. I think it's going to be sold out.
Yeah, it's
watch this game tonight. Go get those last tickets. Castle was special, and you know, Elizabeth Kitley doesn't have many games left at home. I believe only 3 more home games.
That's right.
And
Kayla King.
I'd be surprised if Amoore comes back, quite frankly, next year. So this is a very special time for Virginia Tech basketball.
It absolutely is. And this is a special group, and you can tell how tight they are, how connected they are. They communicate. They're very focused and disciplined. You know, you watch them in shoot around, you watch them in practice, and they're so businesslike. They understand the opportunity in front of them.
Now, Elizabeth Kitley has set the ACC career record with 73 double-doubles. Got another one tonight, breaking Chris Moreland's mark at Duke. And Chris Moreland played for Debbie Leonard. That was before Gail Gestencourt's era. So we're going back. That's pre-Steph White.
That was before my time.
It's not in the Steph White era. But Liz Kitley, just tremendous. And Mimi Collins did a really good job on her defensively, and she still comes up with a double-double.
She did, you know, and Liz Kitley's a tough check because she never stops working.
Never.
She works for position. If she doesn't get position, she works for the offensive rebound.
NC State goes to Pitt and then Notre Dame in their next 2 games. Kitley got rid of it. And a timeout taken by Kenny Brooks. Just under 10 seconds left to go. This will be the 4th straight win for Virginia Tech in this series. Last NC State win was in the ACC semifinals 2 years ago, on their way to their 3rd straight title. And then the year after that, it was won by Liz Kitley and company, the Hokies winning their first. That was funny. Kenny Brooks today at Shoot-Around said that he and Wes Moore combined for the last 4 ACC tournament championships. Of course, Wes has 3 of them, but technicality. They're good friends.
They are.
Certainly a lot of respect for the other.
Respect, yes, no doubt about it.
Rivers with the foul in the backcourt. This will just be the 3rd loss of the season for the Pack. 2 of them will be to Virginia Tech. And they lost a game at Miami in mid-January where Katie Meyer's team played out of their minds. They seemed to hit every shot.
Well, I mean, Katie Meyer does such an outstanding job at Miami. That's a tough place to play, a tough team to play. Wes Moore's squad could not find a bucket. They just really struggled.
Kitley and Amoore goes out, and Amoore waves to the Virginia Tech. There's Ralph Loretta and, of course, Raven in her signature wig. Older sister of Liz. And the Hokies travel. We've seen down here a lot of them coming no matter where they play. They have a nice contingency.
Well, the Iowa-Virginia Tech matchup in Charlotte was an outstanding crowd, I think equal on both sides.
But Virginia Tech with the double-double from Kitley, the near triple-double for Amoore. 12 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists for Georgia. And for the second straight year, Virginia Tech has swept NC State. It's the first home loss for NC State since February 6th of last year when Virginia Tech came in here and beat them. And the third time they've beaten the top 3 team, all 3 times, it's been NC State.
They've got their number
here lately. But what a performance for Kenny Brooks and his squad as they have now won 6 straight games. And they take care of NC State 72-61. Kitley played 39 minutes tonight. Got herself a double-double, a couple of blocks.